Hi everyone, I'm Alex Bones and today I'm out with Match Fishing Magazine. Now we've come out to test these three poles which have caused quite a stir. We've come to the beautiful Packington fisheries to test each one of these out. So what have we got here? Well, these are Shimano's new Aero range of poles, and in fact it's been 10 years since Shimano have even launched a pole. These three poles here have been in development for the last 4 years with input from their team of top sponsored anglers, so you know that every last detail is going to be right. So what have we got? So we've got the Aero X5 competition. This retails around £1,800 and would probably class as their mid-range price pole. We've got the Aero X7 competition. This is the next one up. This retails around £3,000 and you would probably regard this as a very high-end all-rounder. And then of course the one that's probably caused more stir than anything else, the Aero Pro competition. This retails around £5,000 and you just know that it's going to be something special. So I've already set my kit up on one of the lakes here which is called Siblings, and I'm ready to fish. We're going to start off with the Aero X5 and I've got 2 swims at just beyond 16 metres, so I really want to test these poles out at their full length because you know if they're good at that length they're going to be good everywhere else. So let's get fishing. So here we go then, the Aero X5. So I've set up on this peg on the corner of Siblings. It gives me a couple of options. So I've fed, I'm fishing just over 16 metres, so it's 16 metres but with the short top kit. That takes it to slightly under 16 metres. And then what I've done is I've put the half butt section that comes with the package in the end here. So it takes me probably pretty much to around about 16 metres. And I've been able to fish 2 lines at kind of 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock with the same rig, same pole, same length, and just kind of drop it in 2 different spots. So all I've done is I've pinged some 6mm pellets over there in both swims. So yeah, the fishing's been good. So like these 2 swims, both against the reed, same rig, same depth. So it's been nice just to be able to rotate swims and drop the same rig in. Just been lifting and dropping, got a 6mm banded pellet on, nice and simple, so I can lift and drop the rig. Because we're fishing this sort of distance, I didn't want to fish with, you know, soft expanders or baits that are going to fall off. It just makes sense to fish with, you know, a banded pellet that you can lift and drop, maybe miss the odd bite, drop back in. Just nice and convenient. So with this pole, let's talk a bit about the package. What do you get? Well, of course, you get the 16 metre pole, you get 2 match kits, 2 power kits, and 2 short F1 kits as well. You also get a short number 3 section and, like I'm using today, the 2 short butts. That all comes in a hold all as well, so you get a hold all with the complete package. And that retails at $1,699. So it's quite some package and it's a really good pole for the money. So I've been itching to have a go on this line over here to the left. Been pinging a few pellets over there. And there's definitely been some fish activity. There's a lot of fish spawning as well on the fishery at the moment. Actually, as I speak and as we're here today, they've got a festival on, or had a festival on all week. And I know that for some it's been tricky, but it's an absolutely brilliant venue, this. There's loads of lakes here. You've got Molands, Big Gearys, Little Gearys, Siblings A and B, which is where we are today. Anniversaries, then lots of other small pools, gratuities, Willow. There's loads of other little pools as well, and the fishing here can be absolutely brilliant. It's not the sort of place where you come and you might catch £300, for example. It's the sort of place where it's kind of really for the, you know, you might catch 60, 70, 80, £100 does win the matches, 150. They do some Wednesday evening matches here as well. Oh, there we go. That's a bite. As I mentioned, that other swim had just become a little bit despondent. I think because we'd caught a few fish there already. It's worth having a switch, changing lines. So let's talk a little bit more about this pole actually, and some of the other features. So it's actually made on the same mandrel as the Pro, as their £5,000 flagship Pro model. The difference is the carbons that they've used in the manufacturing process. And what that's led to is a pole that's obviously not as expensive as the Pro. I mean, the Pro's £5 grand, this retails at 16,999. The difference is the carbons they've used, but it's resulting in a very, very strong pole. And that's the benefit of this. It's the sort of piece of kit that you can take absolutely anywhere, whether you're F1 fishing for massive carp down the edge. You know, this pole is going to do it all for you without breaking the bank. You know, there's obviously, it's a competitive price point, this one with a pole, but this pole is going to serve you well. It's going to do everything you need. You know, today we're fishing, we're fishing over there, we're fishing over 16 meters, and it's perfectly manageable. I know there's not a lot of wind today. You know, we're not after massive fish. There's lots of these in here, these nice F1s. But yeah, this pole can do it all at a sensible price. So there we go, another bite on the X5. Not a big fish, this one. Just got those 2 rollers set up back there so I can ship all in one go at this length, nice and stable. I can just take it off and the pole just sits there really. So it's important to get your rollers in the right place. Yeah, nice little, what we got? Little carp, F1, little mirror. Nice little mirror this. 6mm hard pellet. And what we're probably going to do is end things there on the X5 and switch over to, look at that, beautiful little fish. End things there on the X5 and we can switch over to the next model up, which is the X7. Beautiful little mirror there. Switch up to the X7 and we're going to see how that pole differs. Right, here we go then. So we've switched over to the next pole, which is the middle of the 3 that we talked about in the intro. So this is the Aero X7 competition, and really I've been excited about having a go with this because it's not often you get to test 2 or even 3 poles kind of back to back or in the same scenario on the same day to see how they feel. It's all well and good picking them up in a pole alley in the shop and things and trying to make a decision, but when you've actually got the opportunity to sit out on the bank and fish with them all, that's when you can really feel the difference. And I've had a couple of ships out with this already, had a couple of fish, and straight away you can feel the difference. Now, this isn't to say that the one that we've just fished with, the X5, isn't a good pole, because it is. There's another bite, another fish. It is a very good pole, but the difference you can feel in this X7, is the balance, the rigidity. As I'm out there fishing, I'm still fishing kind of 16 meters, so that's where you're really going to notice the difference for the money that you're spending. I think if you spend all your time fishing, 4, 5, 6 meters, and I don't know why you don't need to buy the very top of the range pole. This is where it really makes a difference. When you're fishing these longer lengths, 13 and it's windy, 14 and a half, 16, that's where you're going to see the difference for the money that you've spent. And like I say, straight away, as soon as I've shipped this out, I can see the pole stiffer and I can feel the pole stiffer and more responsive. And that's what you're getting, because in the production, in the manufacture, Shimano have used different carbon for this pole over the X5. So the X5's geared towards big carp and strength fishing, power fishing really. It will do everything else, of course, but the X7 is more geared towards both commercials, carp and natural waters as well. For fishing to islands, for fish like this, you can really feel the difference, and it's absolutely perfect. Another nice F1 there. Here we go then. So we've got another fish on. It's ripping down the bank, this one. Try and get him turned round. So still just fish the same tactics, same rig, hard 6mm, nice and easy to lift and drop. It's turning out to be a good session. We've had quite a lot of bites, quite a lot of fish. But honestly, the difference with this pole is noticeable. The finish is absolutely lovely, especially like anything at the longer lengths, it's all a bit more tasking, all a bit more difficult. So having these little features and aids to help really does make a difference. And this smooth ship finish on this it really does make a difference. It's easy to ship the pole back, easy to ship the pole out. And it just makes it that bit more pleasurable when you're going to have, say you have a session fishing full length all day, it can be pretty tiring. So having a pole that's kind of working with you is definitely a benefit. Lovely little mirror. I'll show you that one. Just in the top lip, size 16, eyed hook with a little band. Get that read off him. There he is. Obviously not the biggest fish, but probably a typical sort of Snake Lake commercially type stamp of fish that you might be fishing for. But lovely condition. As are most of the fish here at Packington, it is a really good venue. Okay, so just wanted to take a break from the fishing just for a moment to talk about some of the finer points and details within these 3 poles. So all the things here I'm going to talk about are available across the X5, X7 and the Pro. So first of all, looking at some of the sections to begin with, they're all got an alignment system on them. So that just helps you get the maximum performance out of the pole. So they've all got these arrows for alignment on both ends, just to help you get the spine of the pole in line to give you the best possible rigidity. At the end of each of the sections, you've got like this, there's 2 different pieces of extra wrapped carbon over the top. So you've got this here, which is, 1.5 inches, say, a couple of inches, and then an extra piece once again right over the end. So these are in kind of the high wear areas when you might knock or bang them, and it's just for extra durability on the pole. Plus it actually looks really smart as well. Obviously, as I've got this in my hand, these are the short 3s that are available. And let's go through some of the top kits that we've got here as well. So you've got the Aero Pro Match, you've got the Aero Pro F1, and you've got the Aero Power. So the F1 kits are rated to sort of around a 14 elastic, the Match kits are rated to a 12, and the Power kits are rated kind of to around an 18 strength elastic. On the top kits, which is another really nice touch, you've got these markers, so 1, 2, 3, all the way up, and they represent 1 foot measurements. So you can just check on your rig, how deep am I fishing? Maybe if you're looking for sort of 2 feet of water, or 18 inches of water across on a mud line, for example, exactly there. You set your float and you can find that depth. Alternatively, if your float tip lines up perfectly with these markers, then you've got a perfect depth marker on the pole as well. So after you caught a few fish, you can hook your rig up and check, yeah, my float's still in the same place. But really nice little touch. I know some of these features are available with other poles, but this pole has got so many of these small details that all add up to make quite a big difference and make the pole just nicer to fish with. We've got, obviously there's 2 mini butt extensions. They fit from the 13 metre joint, that's the mini extension there, and then you've got the other mini extension, which is actually shorter, which is designed to fit the 14.5 and 16 metre joint as well. Again, they've got this really nice carbon finish. I'll just pop that one down, show you the finish on these. They've got this really nice carbon finish on here, just adds a really classy element to the pole. And again, the other small piece of wrap around the end in the high wear or areas that are probably likely to be prone to a bit of damage, when you're shipping back or knocking them by accident. So yeah, all in all, along with the smooth ship finish that you've got on the pole, the joint alignments, the reinforcements, the 3 different types of top kits, and the top kits are actually also available, or from launch will also be available in grey as well. So you've got the normal kind of black carbon colour, and then you've got the lighter grey colours, which some people prefer fishing shallow or for fishing in shallow water. So just jumping back to the top kits one moment, there was 2 other things I wanted to say on these. One, you get the reinforced section here for a side puller. They do not come pre-drilled, but you can obviously add them yourself. Today we're using this style of kind of bung puller, puller bung, sorry. But yeah, you can obviously put your own side puller in this area, roller or standard or whatever you choose to fit. The top kits are also come in equal length pieces, so they're easy for transportation, and all of the top kits come ready bushed as well. So what you're getting is a true length pole. So it says 16 meters, it is 16 meters. You're not having to kind of cut 6, 8, 10 inches off the top kit to fit a bush and then go fishing. They're ready bushed and they're ready to use. As well as that, we've got these, I know it's only a butt cap protector, but they are really nicely done. And in keeping with the rest of the quality with these poles, Shimano have just added these, which I think this one slots over the 16 meter joint. And there you go. So you just got nice butt cap protectors rather than the short kind of end pole cap pieces. Nice and longer. They're like a neoprene type material, and they just slide over the pole just to keep it that little bit more protected. You know, when you're investing this sort of money, or with a Pro, for example, or even the X5, you know, you put in a significant investment into the pole, and so it's really nice to know it's safe when you're transporting it. But now for the bit that I've really been looking forward to. You know, I've been impressed with the X5, the X7, but now it's time to try the Pro. So what have I got here then? So I've got £5 worth of Shimano Aero Pro pole. It is brilliant. You know, we've fished with obviously the X5 to begin with, moved to the X7, you know, the X7 at £3, and this retails at $4,999, and it is superb, really, really something else. You know, the difference, and how would you justify between buying maybe the X7 and then the Pro? How would you justify that difference in cost? And it all comes from them really, those finer points, the extra percentages that you might look for. Just lifting and dropping this rig, trying to get a bite while we're talking. But it is sublime to fish with. As soon as you ship it out, you can feel the difference in, firstly, the rigidity of the pole. You know, it is really stiff. I am using the short top, but once again, I'm here at end of the 16 meter joints here, and I've just got the mini butt on the end as well. So I'm about 16 meters. These are all true length poles anyway, because the top kit's already come bushed. But yeah, this is sublime. This really is a real proper piece of kit. I think this is testament to the 4 years of development that Shimano have put into producing this. And I can talk from experience with these poles, especially with the Shimano poles, because you know, a few years back, I used the Shimano Aspire, which at the time was their flagship pole. And obviously, as we said earlier, it's been over 10 years since Shimano have launched the pole, and this is the culmination of all that input, all that development, and all those small percentages that go to creating an absolutely phenomenal pole and a phenomenal package, because this pole comes with more tops than the other packages as well, which we'll run through shortly. Okay, so we've just got another fish, another bite, another fish on the Aero Pro competition. And just wanting to talk quickly about the package that you get with this pole. Obviously, the price point is higher than the other two, but not only are you getting a pole that's offering improved carbon, improved performance, but also a bigger package to go with that as well. So you actually get 5 match kits, 5 Pro match kits, 4 Pro power kits, 4 F1 kits, 2 short number 3s. You get 2 short butt sections as well as a holdall. But the holdall isn't just a holdall. It comes with all the tubes as well, you know, to keep your pole safe. You know, really well designed holdall with all the features that you need. And it actually comes with 3 really short kind of mini sections as well that fit all the way from the number 5, and they'll just sit underneath your elbow. Maybe when you're fishing short, there's a tendency to strike quite hard, and they'll just help to protect the end of the section that might be vulnerable, you know, if your elbow's right on the end of the section. So all in all, it is a very comprehensive package as well as a superb pole. Obviously, you can always add to that if you think you need more top kits as well. And obviously there's the grey tops as well on offer, so you can, you know, if you're someone who likes to use the grey tops instead of the, you know, like these, the natural colour carbon, then that's an option as well that you can add after you've purchased the main package. Don't forget, obviously, this pole offers all of the other features that we spoke about as well. You've got the depth markers, the reinforced side puller, section alignment, you know, the smooth ship finish. It's got absolutely everything you could need. And the thing with this for me is that I don't need to sit here and say, continually say nice things about the pole. I'm fortunate enough to get to test all sorts of tackle at all sorts of different price ranges, and this pole, you know, flagship poles are very, very good these days. Of course, you know, they're costing you, relatively speaking, a lot of money, and you expect top line performance. And with this Aero Pro, that is exactly what you're getting. I'll just hold this one up for you. Probably a really nice point to end the video. So just to recap on what we've gone over, we've got the X5, the Aero X5 at $16,999. We've got the X7 at a whisker under 3,000, and obviously we've got what we've finished with here, which is the Aero Pro at 5 grand. 3 different poles at 3 different price brackets, all offering exceptional performance and exceptional value for money. Of course, if there's a Shimano stockist near you, go in, have a waggle, or maybe try them on the bank if someone else has got one, or maybe head to your local stockist and just have a little go. There's absolutely no doubt that if you've got £5,000 to spend, or you're looking for a real top end flagship pole, then the Aero Pro is a massive contender. And I'm happy to say that we're going to go out and do a full live session piece using the Aero pole. I've been really excited about coming today to try all of those 3 poles, and I'm even more excited to be getting back out on the bank again to try the Aero Pro once again. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.